What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do some video editing in Vegas Pro 13 with the Ryzen 7 1700X, and also some things you can do to enable your GPU to help you out with the rendering. So what I'm going to do is open up a clip from some kind of game that we recently recorded. Okay, so here's Battlefield, and just hit yes when this comes up. Alright, now in my case I'm on an ultra wide 2560 by 1080 monitor, so I want to upload my video in ultra wide. Most of you guys will have these settings at 1920 by 1080 or you know, your standard 16:9 instead of 21:9 resolution. But so you click on this little square right there. Let me go back and show you that. This right here, Project Video Properties. Click on that, and in this case I want to make this video was recorded at 4096 by 1728. It's because I was using NVIDIA Super Resolution, or DSR, Dynamic Super Resolution. So I'll make it 2560 by 1080. Okay, let's just assume you guys are doing a 16 by 9, so standard 1080p. So let's make it 1920 by 1080, and then you'll want to change this to 60 for your frames per second, and where it says full resolution rendering quality, put that on best, and then click apply. So now you got your video up here, and you can drag this around to go through your video to see, you know, there might be a part that you want to edit out or something like that. So in that case you would just drag this bar to where you want it. Let's say I only want to make a 1 minute clip, so at 1 minute you can watch your counter over here, then hit S on your keyboard. That's a split. So now these tracks are split, and say I just wanted to edit out 1 minute of this video, then I would go to the 3 minute mark and hit S. Now highlight this one, it's separated here, and then hit delete on your keyboard, and now that part of the video is gone. And if you only wanted the whole first minute, then you just highlight all this that's over here by clicking on it, left click, and then hit delete. Okay, so now we have just this clip here that's 1 minute long, and these are good settings that I found for YouTube. So now we go to, or say this video is dark, this could be another thing that you might want to do. You could go up to tools, no sorry, not tools, insert, and go to, no, not insert, sorry. What am I looking for here, guys? Okay, we're just right click this down here. So you got this highlighted, right click it, and go to Media FX. Now this will bring up all your plugins that you can use. So we want to look for something like a brightness and contrast, and then just click OK. And now you can look over here on your preview for the section that's too dark. Like say I think this area is too dark, and then you can drag a slider and change the brightness or the contrast, which this video is pretty good, so I'd maybe leave it right about there, and then just hit the X button, and now that's added into there, and the whole video will be rendered with that brightness and contrast. So you can see it definitely brightened it up some, made it easier to see. And if you didn't want any audio, you could click on your audio track down here, and then just hit the mute button, and it'll say muted. So now that's muted. That'll bring the audio back. Alright, now for your render settings, go up to File, Render As, and what you're looking for here is the main concept MP4 AVC AAC MP4 right here. Click on that little arrow, go down to YouTube, hit Customize Template, make sure this is 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second. On your make it a variable bitrate, 28 million, and an average of 12 million. Now where this says encode mode, if you have an NVIDIA card, you can render using CUDA if available. If you don't have an NVIDIA card, just leave it at stock default. Over on your audio, you can change your bitrate down to 96. That'll help save on some of the size that you have to upload, and the audio quality still sounds good. System, you can just leave that alone. If you're not sure if you have an NVIDIA card with CUDA cores, you can hit this button and it'll tell you whether CUDA is available or not. And over on the project tab, just leave that alone. Now if you like those settings, you can go to Customize Template and you can name it whatever you want to here, and then just click the save button, which I may have done for this YouTube one already. So if that was the case, you can just go to Internet, just any of them, it doesn't matter. You can go to Blu-ray 1920 by 1080, hit Customize Template, make sure this is on 1920 by 1080, change this to 60 frames per second, put this on 28 million, and I believe that was 18 million on the other one. So once you have all that done, then you can change it to CUDA, do your audio how you want to. I guess this is, you can't do it on this one because it's a preset, but yeah, you can just make a profile and name it YouTube, and then you'll be able to come back in and use that every time that you want to. So just make it 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second, 28 million. Oh, it was 12 million, not 18. Render using CUDA if you have an NVIDIA card. Set your audio to 96, and then that's it. Then you just hit render. So this will be out on the desktop as untitled.mp4, and just click the render button. Obviously, I didn't have all that selected. Okay, make sure this little yellow thing matches up with the beginning of your video and the end. Okay, so now render as YouTube, customize template, blah blah blah, everything's still the same there, and click render. Overwrite. I'm overwriting that one that I just messed up on. Just make sure these little yellow markers are at the beginning and end of what you're wanting to render. That's all that kept us from doing it. And the Ryzen 1700X is pretty quick at rendering, so if you guys are looking for something fast to render in Vegas Pro, definitely upgrade your CPU to a Ryzen. And not only that, but you know, I'm recording at 50 MB per second, 2560 by 1080, using a microphone, blah 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 blah. I think I'm currently uploading a YouTube video. So we're uploading a YouTube video. You could still be browsing the net and rendering in Vegas Pro 13, recording with the webcam, microphone, all that with the Ryzen simultaneously, and it does it all without a hitch. So we'll just wait for this to get done now. Currently uploading a how to make amazing, really free thumbnails for YouTube. So I'd recommend that you guys check that out, especially if you have a gaming channel. I used NVIDIA Ansel to show you guys how to get some really cool screenshots to put on your gaming thumbnails. And even if you're not into gaming, you could still use the second part of this tutorial on just how to make good thumbnails with other kind of pictures that you have. So even if you're not into gaming, check this out. Definitely help out your channel on making some better looking thumbnails that will catch people's attention. So, and it looks like this is about done now. Okay, so there you have it. Just go to File, Exit. I don't want to save the changes because I don't plan to go back and do anything with this video. And we'll just minimize this. And now we have our untitled MP4 down here. Just open that up. And now we have our 1 minute clip of the game at pretty good quality with the game sound and the brightness that we adjusted. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and comment to help my channel grow. Alright, thanks guys.